What clubs are they part of? So it might be they're golfers, or they sail, or they go fishing, or they're yachties, or it might be they already own a real estate portfolio. So you have to be speaking to them, you have to be meeting them where they're at, okay? Because obviously they want to do business with somebody that can converse with them at their level, and that's how they're going to choose you as their realtor, right? Because they're going to want to hang out with you and have conversations with you and look at beautiful properties with you, and they're going to trust you because you're the number one professional. So are you posting content that is going to awaken them, that is going to intrigue them, that is going to pique their curiosity? Or you just posting house after house after house, which is spam. It's boring. Does that make sense? So it's a lot about the content.
That's fabulous, because I do not post house after house. I just post the mag. So, but outside of that, I often I have a background as an attorney and a CPA, and sometimes I want to, I use it just to let people know that I'm a very unique and different realtor. But at the same time, I don't also want to come across as, I don't know how to say it, tooting my own horn in that regard. But there's so much content that I could probably provide that other people don't, just because of my background. Yeah. And I'm just whether that's something I should utilize.
So Laurie, absolutely, yes, 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 and yes, and you'll probably increase your sales volume very fast. Look, if your clients know you are a lawyer, you should make that so obvious. Like that should be, ex-lawyer or ex-attorney as well. That should be clear on your profile, because I know clients love to work with somebody that is matching them to a requirement, and you've got, the legal knowledge and know-how. They're going to be so comfortable with you. So never ever fear. A lot of the times our social media is down to our mindset. We fear what other people are going to think. We don't care what other people think, as long as we're not breaking the law, right? As long as you're not unkind, you're not breaking the law, you're not being rude, then it doesn't matter. And quite frankly, if you care so much about what other people think on social media, they shouldn't be on your social media. Just get rid of them.
Well, let me let you know one thing about me. I could care less what most people think. I mean,
I don't think she really.
Yeah, so that's great. So Laurie, post more. And I'm going to tell you the best way for you, because I would be interested, okay? You need to post case studies of how you helped a client. So every week, create a case study as to how you helped a client through a difficult deal because of your legal background.
You are brilliant, because so many people have said, Laurie, tell them exactly what you're doing. Tell them how you're successful. Yes. And I just don't. I don't know.
Well, and I'll be honest, I didn't know that you had a background of being an attorney and a CPA, yet I'm always seeing your content on social media. And not to take anything away from just being a luxury real estate professional consultant, but that's all I knew you as. I think that's a really powerful background. I mean, can you imagine what people would think if they knew that? They would be like, why would I choose anyone else?
And obviously my message isn't getting across, because specifically on a lot of my posts, I put on the bottom, call Laurie St. John, and it says CPA, Esquire CPA, licensed in New York, New Jersey, and Colorado, because I'm an attorney in 3 states, and I'm a CPA in Florida. And it says all that. Director of
Laurie, can I just butt in? Can I butt in? And by the way, I just said as it is, and it might just be me being English. I would not know what Esquire CPA even means. So how would I know you're a lawyer? I'm not a lawyer. So you're speaking your language, but you're not talking to the alien.
Oh, I never even thought about that. I thought everyone.
What I love about what Lucy always teaches in her class, and it's a whole curriculum, really, it's not a class, I shouldn't even call it that, but it is really not pretending. Your messaging should always be, one, a story. So I love what she's saying about, what is your story? How did you help someone? Sharing that story, I think, is more powerful than putting it underneath with some acronyms. I have a ton of acronyms after my name. They certainly aren't attorney or CPA, but designations. Nobody knows. It looks like alphabet soup to people. So unless they understand, and they could be from anywhere in the world, Laurie, you can help people, and you can be the contact to refer luxury clients throughout the globe, especially with our reach through Keller Williams or whatever company. I'm sure there's plenty of people with national or international companies on here, but that is such an amazing tool when we are a luxury agent. Think about the context you have just with the earned in luxury segment that you're involved with. That's how I know you. But like Lucy said, that acronym is to somebody, especially in another country, they might not know. Maybe in the US, you might have a clue, but it's just
idea that was true. So what this is huge, this phone call. So thank you so much.
Yeah, and you know what? This is really good, Laurie. I really appreciate your questions because everybody else is also gaining so mumuch value, because for all of you listening to what we're discussing with Laurie, you've all got your own story, right? So the question is, and this is my question for all of you, by the way, as to where to start. If you wanted to get on live, you wanted to post immediately after we finish this right now, this is what I would do. I would go live, because we go live, because we're bold, because we sell real estate, right? And I would simply share your story. Why are you in real estate? Just share it, because nobody knows why you're in real estate. All of you have a different reason. Some of you will have fallen into it. Some of you will have been trained. Some of you will have had a bad experience and you want to do better. Some of you want to grow your own portfolio. What is your reason for being in real estate? That is where you start. Okay, so it doesn't matter about anything before today. It only matters that you start today. Okay, and you're very welcome to tag Brandy or my name in it, and so we can see your posts, and I don't mind commenting, giving you some tips as to what's great, what could be better, because we all have to start somewhere. None of us are perfect, right? But I bet you all have an amazing story, and guess what happens? Humans connect emotionally to a story. They don't connect to a CV or title.
Brilliant.
And just keeping that story going, because the way you have followers that continue to follow you is that you're evolving and you have a consistent story going. That's why stories are, more viewed than a lot of other things, right? So what's happening in your world? People want to know. I want to know, Lori, what's going on. I'm like, it's fascinating. Like when you sold that beautiful $7 million, I reposted it. I'm like, look what my friend sold. Like, this is the most beautiful property. And not just because I'm from Florida, I just thought it was magnificent. And there's a lot of $7 million properties that I think, well, I can't believe somebody paid $7 million for that. I really thought that was a stunning property. And they were the luckiest buyers to be able to have this beautiful estate. And the fact that you helped them get that dream property, I thought it was the coolest thing.
And there's another clever way. I'm just aware of the time. There's another clever way of sharing a story. Let's go to the other side. Maybe you're like a top lister and you're always listing, which is great, as it should be. Why don't you tell a story about the property? Don't just post it, okay? So tell the story about, you obviously don't always want to say why they're selling, because we understand that's confidential. It depends. But you could tell the story about why you chose this property, why it's such a great location, and every day as you're listing it, you could say, and this is how you walk to the property, and this is how you cycle to the property, and these are the schools and the shops near the property, and this is the beach near the property. So you're telling a story about your property. It becomes real. It's not just 4 walls and a price.
Yes. You're selling a lifestyle.
Yeah, you are. You're selling sunset, honey.
Or Dubai, right? Okay, so Julie Snyder has a question in the comments. Facebook, do you post more on personal or business? Do you post personal and business on each page? Guess
what? I'm going to shock you all. Are you ready? I don't have a business page.
Everyone's shocked.
Yeah, because I'll tell you why. Because, so I have one page, and it is my page, and it is personal, and I'm connected to a lot of realtors. And I've made it because there is no difference between who you are as a person and what you do as a business. And that is the power of social media. Because remember the person that's always spamming you about mobile phones for sale. Do you want to do business with them? No, you don't. You've all just suddenly told me about LinkedIn, about these people spamming you. You get rid of them. Right? So you don't want to be a spammer either, just selling property. So you want to be personal. Now, there's a technicality here which I need to explain. So for those of you that do paid ads, and I'm not saying anything against them, but of course we're always looking at our bottom dollar in our business, and we don't want to spend first, we want to earn first, right? So I don't spend on ads. So if you do spend on ads, that's your choice. You would need a Facebook business account set up to do that, right? So the reason you have a business account is to spend on ads if you choose, and if you wanted to do an open house event, to do an event, you need a business account, because that's how Facebook is set up. But otherwise, I don't. So I have a business account set up, but guess when I last checked it? Probably a year ago. I'm not joking. I didn't check it for a year. There's nothing on it. Nobody messages me there, like, it's just not important. It's there because I know that I need it, and then I just automatically, when I post on Instagram, I've synced it that it automatically posts on my business account, but I don't check it. It's there because maybe one day I'll do ads, but I'm certainly not doing it yet because that's costing me money and I don't get a return on that yet.
Yeah.
Does that answer your question?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, awesome. And then Nicole has a question. Do you pay for premium LinkedIn? I know I do.
Yeah, absolutely. You must. It's so worthwhile. Like, honestly, I mean, that $28,000 commission, I mean, what do I pay? I'm thinking in pounds. I think I pay something like £500, $700 a year. Is that about right?
Yeah, I think
$700 a year. And I've had it for 17 years. And, you know, I've probably had at least 8. Well, that one client, by the way, so that was $28,000. He's now sold that property with me. That's another $25,000. And he's now looking to buy another property. So when that comes through, so that's about a $75,000 like earning. So I've paid it back. I've paid back lifetime use of premium. But then use it, you know, like every day, just check who's looking at your profile. And, you know, like I get all sorts of CEOs looking and bankers from Monaco, etc. We have a different audience here, and I just message them, and it's amazing how you can strike up a connection in the conversation.
Yeah, and you can see if it's someone that's probably most likely going to be looking at a business deal with you, or if it's someone that's maybe, you know, if it's a mortgage broker, we all know they're probably trying to get our business, and that's fine. You can also turn it around on them. I've turned it around and said, well, I would love to do business with you. I don't recall receiving any referrals from you, but I'd love to connect. Like, you know, go put it back on them if it's someone that you feel you might have an opportunity. If not, like you said, maybe just don't waste your time, but it just depends on what they do.
Yep. And can I just say something? As we're speaking, my next lead, I literally have 2 leads a day. I've just had a lead. I just saw your YouTube video about a townhouse for sale. Can you send me details? See, it's coming to me. That's 2 leads every day, non-stop. And YouTube is also free. By the way, as a realtor, everyone should set up a YouTube right now, because YouTube doesn't work for you overnight. It is, don't forget, it's in the search engines for the rest of life. So if people are going to search Tampa real estate in a year and a half's time, your video is going to come up if you're consistent, and YouTube loves the fact that you post regularly, so they'll push your videos in front of people from all over the world. It's amazing. Honestly, it's opened my eyes. And YouTube, I've been going for 3 years only on YouTube, just under, and the last 4-5 months is incredible. I haven't even got 1,000 subscribers, but I don't care because I've closed them and I'm getting the results from those quality leads. That's what I think
people get caught up on the subscribers instead of just focusing on making sure you have good content. And over time, it does. We redid our YouTube and just started from scratch, and we just felt, okay, we have to have better content on here. Let's get rid of what we were doing. And yeah, it takes time. So you just have to be patient and start today.
So, Brandy, maybe can we like ask if anyone's got any questions that they want to ask from today, or is there like, what is the one thing that people have sort of thought to themselves, that's what I'm going to take action on?
Yep. Any questions, ahas, or any action items you want to share that you're going to do?
And I'll be very upset if no one's taken anything away from this.
Right. I wish I had my notepad. I'm like thinking, oh, I don't need my notepad. Like I've already taken your whole curriculum. I'm good. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, why didn't I put my notepad in front of me?
Yeah, it is. Consistency is the key. By the way, there is so much that I could talk about and share with social media, but as Brandy explained, I have a social media course. So it is 9 weeks long. It is now an automated course, which means so Brandy did one where I was live, but now it's automated, so you go at your own speed. It's about an hour, and it's 9 weeks or 9 hours, up to you. And it goes through understanding your target, or understanding social media, understanding your target audience, all the types of content you should be posting and why. And then it goes through like a tracker to help you. And it also helps a whole session on how to go live, how to do videos. So for any of you that are like, whoa, I'm not going live, no way, you'll all go live by that class. I promise you.
Yes. And
someone's got a question. Mark's got his hand up.
Hi, Lucy. Thanks for everything you share. I apologize. I had to step away for just a moment. So you may have already shared this. Are there any other social media groups or things that you follow that are not specific to real estate that you have found to be invaluable?
Oh gosh, good question. There's all sorts of groups. So I mean, I joined, so I've connected with a lot of professional, like real estate professionals in England, but I've done it on purpose because I'm intentional, because the English are all moving to Dubai because it's tax free, there's sunshine, and it's like a much nicer place to live because we don't have to, be all stuck indoors and have to have vaccinations here. Like it's just a bit free. It's lovely, right? So because the English are moving here, the people that move here are wealthy. So I've already figured, okay, so who are those people that are going to move to Dubai, and actually they're already in real estate in England, and now they're making so much money from their income in real estate in England, they now want to open a business in Dubai, move their lives, their families, their children, and live in the sunshine tax-free. So then I started joining groups of real estate professionals who are doing real estate at a high level in England, because I know that's my target audience. So my question back to you, Mark, is who is your audience? Do you work with veterans? So then you would be joining all the veteran groups, right? Or maybe you work with, I don't know what is your audience, who you work with, and you will know that.
I participate in all those sorts of things. I'm just curious as to whether there were professional groups, perhaps, that financial advisors, et cetera, in maybe in the UK that you are.
Yeah, there are. But then this is the thing, right? So you can join a million groups, but if you're not showing up with amazing content and being an interesting person, people are like, well, who's that Mark? So you've got to create your profile from today. You've got to start building, because eventually what I get is people every day asking me to join their groups. I don't even need to go find them now. They're finding me because they're watching my content. So, you've got to be adding value so that people want you in their groups, right? So it's the other way around. Instead of going out finding the groups, now just start creating content, being authentic, sharing your knowledge, your professionalism, and trust me, people will come to you.
I know it sounds so basic, but
Thank you.
always kind of reiterating, like, what's your mission, what's your vision, what's your belief system? Like, just like we have our MVP tongue twister. I feel like, that is something we should be openly discussing as our own business. If you're a team or your individual agent, what is it? What is your purpose? What is your mission? What's your intention? And that messaging will always attract, like Lucy said, people inviting you to their groups. Like, personally, I'm probably not going to go after the financial planners because I'm always teaching classes on how to build your net worth without other people controlling your money, right? And how to, live more of a tax-free type wealthy lifestyle. And that is more with active investing. So I'm probably not going to mesh well with those financial planners because I'm having a conversation with these real estate, investors about how to not have someone control their money and always.
Yeah, I think the financial planners are people who might have something to sell to their clients.
Right, exactly. And, they're making money regardless of whether that person is making money. And I've got different messaging, right? I'm going to be teaching workshops, even with Quantum Leap. I'm teaching youth on how to have active ways to invest and go from, good old fashioned cash flow quadrant, not being just a self-employed realtor. Even with my own agents, I want them to move to that investor quadrant. So whoever it is that you want to attract is going to be part of that mission and your messaging and whatever you want to, be in conversation with someone about.
Yeah, and I think it's actually really important when we're talking about groups, it is actually much more about who are you around. So look, here's another question that you can make a note of for yourself and have a think about it today. Right, so if you looked at your last 3 clients, right, as in your last 3 buyers or your last 3 sellers, so where are they from in terms of, do you know them through the golf club, or do you know them because you like sports cars, or do you know them because you go fishing? And you'll start to see like an avatar for your clients. And all of us are different. Maybe some of you here are mums and you're just attracting mums. Maybe some of you are just new into real estate, and because you're in your early 20s, you only attract first-time buyers. So that's your group. So you've actually got to identify your strengths, your value, and then go find and immerse yourselves in those groups, if that makes sense. Yeah?
I love it. So we're at 11:09, unless we have any other questions. Lucy has put her contact information, so I'll give you a minute to, copy and paste that. If you'd like to take her entire curriculum, her classes that are over several weeks, it's invaluable. I've taken so many nuggets. And then you have a bunch of different ways to connect with her on LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram.
Brandy, can I do something in WhatsApp? Because I don't know how to, sorry, you know me and my technical. I'm sending the link to my social media class on your WhatsApp. So can you then copy and paste that into the chat here for everybody? So there's a link that you can go in, book it, and you can get started literally today. And you've got me for 9 more weeks. How exciting. Okay. Look, there's so much that I want to leave you with, but this is what I would say. Make it obvious what you do. Okay. Make it obvious that your personality shines through, and don't just post about properties for sale. Also start to post more about you. And if there's one thing that I would ask all of you to do today, and it will change the game, okay, it is go live on video. Even if you've never ever done it before, you literally go to your Facebook, press the live button, and just write as a little title, "This is my first ever live. What do you think?" Question mark. And trust me, you'll get engagement, and you'll be shocked suddenly who's watching and engaging. And chat with them, talk to them as they're messaging you on the live. It's amazing, so much fun. Okay, and trust me, from that you might even get someone saying, "Oh my gosh, Mark, look at you doing a live. That's brilliant. In fact, I've been meaning to talk to you because I want to sell my house." Literally, you could get a listing in the next 1 hour. You just don't know if you don't do it. That's the difference.
Well, now I'm looking forward to seeing you all live, and I promise to comment and say hello. I would love to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what we've got to do, because everything we do on social media we share. So everybody, can you put your cameras on? Put your cameras on. I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to share this class, and you can share it, saying that you are going to commit to everybody on your social media to share more of who you are and what you do, and you want all of them to comment and support you on your new social media journey. And guess what? You probably have more people saying that is so cool, and we need to meet for coffee because there's a house I want to buy. So you just don't know what's going to help. So everybody smile, put your cameras on. Everybody put your cameras on. You're not secret agents anymore, and smile. Love it. So nice to see you all. And of course, my Facebook is full, but connect with me on Instagram. You can subscribe to my YouTube. Oh, Stephanie, I'm sorry your camera's not working. You can also go to my LinkedIn. So there's no excuse. You can follow what I do. And I'm not perfect at social media, but I just keep going. That's what it's about. You don't need to be perfect.
Recording, for some reason, I apologize. My Zoom stopped. North Florida region kept going. I don't think you all missed a beat, but there's going to be a little pause in the recording. So I apologize, but we'll get most of what was discussed reposted on our YouTube channel, where we put all of this, and you can see some of our past recordings there. And then I will gladly share it with you, Lucy. So if you would like to repurpose it in any way, by all means.
Okay, and yeah, no, honestly, thank you so much, Brandy, for this opportunity to share, to meet you all. Can you all see in the chat the link to my social media? It's called The Social Millionaire. So if you click that link, copy and paste it before you lose this webinar right now. Just copy and paste that link, and I will see you online. And trust me, you're all going to change your business with social media. So good luck.
Perfect. I put my email in there in case you can't copy and paste it. I'm happy to send it to you.
Amazing.
All right.
So thank you, everyone.
Everyone have a great day. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.